Streaming. What's up, everyone? Happy, is it Saturday? Tom, is it Saturday?
Saturday.
Happy Saturday. So, did I just make a big mistake? No, I did not make a big mistake. I had a great last couple days. So, I have this show coming up here in Atlanta at the Variety Playhouse on the 28th of this month. That's in, what was that, like a week and a half or something like this. And one of the things that I had hoped to do was to reunite my band Billionaire. Now, we did our last gig. We never really broke up, but we did our last gig on Thanksgiving evening of 2001. As a matter of fact, that's the last time that all of us were in the same room together. That is a long time ago, right? So one of the things, I've kind of hinted at this, that that I was going to maybe do a reunion thing for this one show. And only here because it's here. And this is a special thing. And I thought, here in Atlanta, this would be a great time to do it. But I didn't know how this was going to go down, right? I mean, I hadn't seen our bass player, Walter. I saw him at Mark, our singer's wedding. That was probably 7 years ago. And other than that, I hadn't seen him since that night in 2001. As a matter of fact, here's how weird this is. Oh, by the way, my bundle's on sale. That's how I support the channel. You can see the link in the description. All 4 of my courses. Okay. So, I didn't know what. I mean, I know what Darren and Mark look like and everything. I've seen them and everything, but I haven't seen Walter in forever. And not that that matters or anything, but it's just weird, right? You don't know what to expect. So, and I didn't know if we could actually pull the songs off. And maybe we can't. So we decide we're going to do a rehearsal last night and today. So we set up. What you see in the thumbnail is our setup. Okay, so Billionaire. My band, Mark and I used to play through stacks. We started with 1 stack each, then we played through 2 stacks. And our bass player, Walter, played through a big SVT, but he actually, first for 1 SVT, then 2 SVTs. And part of the thing was that when you were an opening band back in the day, you didn't get to put up your you couldn't put up your sign for your band, your banner, right, saying who you were. So our idea was, well, we'll put our gear on stage, and we'll look like the headlining band, because our gear, when you put 4 stacks up there and 2 huge SVTs, you look like the headliner band, because you basically black out the headliner's banner no matter what club you're playing. And the roadies would laugh. The road crew for the headlining band would always laugh when we roll our stuff out, right? Because we'd have these stacks on rollers, and you'd have to really be careful with these Marshall stacks, rolling them out. You have to hold on to the top stack and just make sure that you don't hit a snag on the stage, right? You don't hit somebody's cable that's taped down. And so when people would come in there and we would come out as the opener, we always looked like the headliner, because it just we didn't need to have our banner, because just the backdrop was it. It's kind of really like the backdrop of my studio. When somebody looks at my videos, they know it's my channel. And because of this gear. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to announce that Billionaire is doing this for sure until we actually get together and play and see if we can play the songs, right? So I didn't want to say, oh, this gig in Atlanta at the Variety Playhouse on the 28th is going to feature the return of my band Billionaire and everything. I was like, if we sound terrible, I don't want to advertise and say, oh, well, and we're actually not going to play, no, right? So I thought, okay, we'll see what happens this weekend and see if and see how it goes. So the guys are coming over last night, and I'm making a video about this. We filmed all this, but the guys are coming over last night, and I was like, I don't have a pedal board. Now I do have a pedal board that I use for my videos here that has about 4 pedals on it. It's a tiny little board that's it's called a nano pedal train thing here. Like, right, it's just one of these things, and I just, whatever I need for my videos, I just stick on here. It holds about 4 effects or so. And I thought, okay, what songs are we gonna play? And then I was like, do I have all the same pedals that I had back then? And of course, yes, I do. Do they even work? Because some of them I haven't plugged in 20 years. Okay. And I mean, some of these I used to use when I was producing, but our band had such a unique sound, and that I wouldn't use these things. So my assistant, Ken, or GL, that you've seen in my videos, he never even heard. He's been working with me since 2000. He never heard my band nor saw my band play. Not to mention that my kids, Dylan just turned 16, Lennon's 14, Layla's 18. Not only have they never seen me play, but they never saw a band work here in the studio because I stopped producing when I started my YouTube channel in 2016. So they don't even remember when we'd have bands in the studio. They don't even know that. So even to hear a live band, other than when we would do videos, like if I did my top 20 drum intros, right? That was the only time that we would do stuff like this, that there would be playing, right? But it was never a group really playing here. So anyways, so we figured out the songs we're going to do for the show, and it's only going to be a small part of the show that we're going to do this. We're going to do 3 songs. And so it's like, okay, what songs are we going to learn? And one of the songs that we played is a song called I Fall From Space. So one of the pedals that I had in this one section is this old MXR flanger. It's the kind that Eddie Van Halen used. It's the first pedal I ever bought. I bought it in 1978 with money from when I bagged groceries at Wegmans back in Rochester. It probably cost, I don't know how much a pedal cost back then. I'm looking at Tom over here. Tom doesn't know. It was way before he was born. It was probably $100 or so. So I put it on, and there's a sound. You can get like the Van Halen sweeping sound that you hear and everything that pedal is known for, the old MXR flanger, but it sounds exactly like a Leslie, like a B3, like you're playing through a B3. So much so that GL was recording this in the control room. He comes out, he says, "Are you playing through a Leslie? What is that pedal that you're playing?" And I said, "It's this." It's this flanger, this MXR flanger. He said, "I thought you were playing through a Leslie," right? And then I have an old, Memory Man that I used to use then, a plug-in one, right? Like half my effects are all ones that had plugs connected to them. You know, when those things went out of style was like, I don't know, in the 90s, I guess. He started having power supplies and everything. So learning these songs. So this particular song, I Fell From Space, I've done it. I've played it when I did my Gibson Signature, the first one. I did the riff as a backing track for the video. But it's a weird tuning. Tom's going to help me out in a minute. Not yet, Tom. But the tuning is that. Now that sounds like a very weird tuning. That's not a common guitar tuning. It's actually just a dropped C sharp. So this string is tuned down to C sharp. And you'll be like, well, why'd you tune it down to C sharp? Because of the chords that go with the riff. Okay, so one of the things was when we started this band, it's like, I want to come up with riffs and songs that really don't sound like anything, right? So, but this song, the chord progression in the verse is this. It starts like this. Now these chords here, are really, really beautiful chords that you can't really play in standard tune here. They're kind of awkward to play in standard tune. I don't know, can you even play in standard tuning? And then the chorus chords. I love that. Beautiful. I'm trying to play the sus here. It goes like that. There we go. Now there's a picking part that goes over this. Tom's going to come in and play the rhythm part, and I'm going to play the picking part. This is the picking part, though. Let me play it for you first. And it uses some unusual chords. I think it's a beautiful thing. Check it out. So the thing starts with this suspended. Then it goes this D. Then. Now that's not a chord you would ever hear in a rock song. Then. For that, I love that. But when you hear it with the guitar, Tom's going to come in and play rhythm guitar. Come on in here, Tom. Move your chair up here, Tom, so they can hear you. This is Tom, everybody. Hold on, let's turn it this way. Tom's kind of nervous now. Tom, are you nervous at all or not?
You know.
Tom's not nervous. I guess, so you can see Tom here. Remember the chords, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
Now here's how the two parts work together. Ready? 2, 3, 4. So to me, I just love that. Play the first chord there. Second chord, third chord, then this one. Oh, come on, play that again, Tom. Yeah. And then the next chord, then, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, play that chord again. And to me, there's no rock song that uses those chords. There just isn't, right? And because these intervals are typically dissonant to people's ears, except when you put the right chords underneath them. And that's why when people say, "Oh, it's impossible to do anything original to rock," it's like that's totally not true. You can write original stuff all the time. If you're willing to actually experiment and use your imagination and work out some things, right? There's so that's one of the songs that we're gonna do. It's called "I Fell from Space." That's just one of the parts. There's many sections to this song, but that's just the intro. Then another song that we're doing is this called the is in drop D. Oh wait, somebody had a super chat. Hold on. Super chat. Let's see here. Aaron's like, look at the super chat. Okay, Chris says, new fan, new subscriber, buy your bundle today. Finally jumping in learning music, loving nuances music. Thank you for inspiring me. Chris, you're very welcome. There you go. The bundle's on sale. I said at the beginning of the stream, $99 for all 4 of my courses. It's my Beato Book Interactive, which is a video course. Used to be my Beato book, used to be a PDF, but it's a complete video course with lectures and audio examples with everything. My Beato Ear Training, which has all these different modules, hundreds of ear training modules, teaches you how to hear chords like this and decipher them. I've got my Quick Lessons Pro, which is more of an advanced guitar course. And then my beginner guitar course that starts with how you hold a guitar and stuff. Okay, so that's what that is. I appreciate that, Chris. That's very, very cool. This other song, it's called the Jimmy Hale Mission, was another song that we're doing. And this, I'm going to move over here, Tom. So but you're going to play here, Tom. I need to, so they can see the neck, but you stay there. Okay, this song actually has 2 chords in the verse, Tom. So it's D minor. It's like, no, I'm sorry, it's like this. You got that?
This is a D.
It's not D minor, it's just like a D. Okay, so this is really a drop D vamp, but it goes like this. And you just play those 2 chords over. Yeah, here we go. 2, 2, 3, 4. That's just the intro of the song. So these are, but these kind of riffs that have these dissonant, that dissonant. They have they have all these dissonant intervals in them and everything. There are so many possibilities for bands to actually come up with new stuff. This is where I get disappointed when I listen to the top 10, not just of the pop charts. You're gonna, the stuff, what that's gonna be like. But when I listen to a lot of the stuff on the rock charts, it's like, where are the original parts coming from? Where's the stuff where people have sat down and come up with the original kind of riffs that you don't hear, that you can still sing things that are melodic or that are moody over, right? And what that takes is, it just takes a little bit of imagination and a lot of experimenting, right, to get these colors that are not necessarily apparent, that are things that don't necessarily just fall right under your fingers. That I Fell from Space lick and everything is something that, when I came up with that, I had the chord progression first, and I was like, what's going to sound good over that? And when I started playing those chords, and I started... And I just love that. That is just, I love those kind of voicings. As that flat 9 interval in it. And to me, that was just, these were the kind of sounds I was hearing, that I wanted to hear, and us as a band that we wanted to hear and put out there. They were kind of our things that we didn't hear other bands do and everything. And it's and that's the stuff of the groups that I love. Like, they're ones that all the bands that I love that came up with all the great riffs that I love. And you guys know what those are. They are the they're the songs, that are of all the people that I've interviewed, going back to Nirvana and Soundgarden and Stone Temple Pilots and Smashing Pumpkins and everything that came up with these beautiful guitar riffs, beautiful bass lines, cool drum parts. You know, I think of a Jimmy Chamberlin and Matt Cameron and, you know, just brilliant stuff. Tool. They came up with these genius riffs, beautiful melodies. I went to see Sting last night, talking about genius riffs and melodies. I had Dominic Miller in here yesterday. I went to the show. I took my wife and kids. We got to go backstage and visit Sting and meet the whole band. And it was a great experience. It was actually my daughter Layla's first concert ever. And I told her that, I said, you know, Layla, you got to meet Sting. Most people on their first concert don't get to meet the headliner, but that was a cool thing. And Sting was so cool. It was good hanging with him. Anyways, so, and then also for the kids, Lennon and Dylan, to see a, you know, like just a pro. They know his music and everything, but it's, you know, go out to a show like that and see all these songs. Every song Sting plays is a hit. You know, it's like he played 23 songs in his set and they were all hits, and he left 23 more out that were hits. Right? He could be doing, just like when I saw Metallica, like every single that, you know, they were doing 2 nights in a row, or, you know, they did 2 nights in New York, all their cities they're in. They did 2 nights, and they don't repeat any songs, and they're all hits, right? That's which is amazing, you know. And then I'm saying, well, where are those bands that are coming in the future? Maybe they're here, maybe they're creating their songs right now and everything. But for me, this is not Dylan. This is my assistant, Tom. People see Tom. They saw Tom in one of my thumbnails. That's my assistant, Tom. Tom's a little older than Dylan. What are you, 10 years older than Dylan? You're 26, right? Getting back to playing with a band, though, was just unbelievably fun. The setting up, the all the stuff that we have set up in here and everything, you know, from when you see the thumbnail, the getting our stacks stacked up. And it's funny because Tom, have you ever seen a stack like this? No. Right? Like, you know, he's never even seen a stack like that. I mean, he sees all the stacks in the back, but actually us playing through them, right? And so we filmed the whole last 2 days and stuff. We'll be making I'll be putting out a video about that, about doing this. Yeah, Dylan's 16. Crazy, right? Those videos, those were back in 2015. So Shape of My Heart. So Dominic was here, and we talked about Shape of My Heart, the Sting song, and the Juice WRLD song, and the Craig David song. That song has been covered by so many different people. And so Dominic was showing Dylan last night backstage before the show about how to play the riff, because Dylan was learned Shape of My Heart. And Dominic was talking about how he had altered it. He tells this funny story. It's in the video of the interview we did, a hilarious story about watching YouTube and watching people teach the riff on YouTube. And talking about, the guy that plays with Sting plays the riff wrong or whatever. It's like, what do you mean the guy that plays with Sting? He's the guy that wrote the lick with Sting. He wrote the song, you know? And he's hilarious about it, right? The guy that plays with Sting plays the riff wrong. It's like, what? Wait a minute. I'm the guy that plays with Sting, and that what do you mean I play the riff wrong? I wrote that riff. Anyhow, so that is some fun stuff there. But those of you that there's some tickets left for those of you, if you want to make the trek here to Atlanta, this is going to be a really fun. This is going to be a fun time. This is probably the only time the Billionaire is going to get together. I have a show in New York City at the Gramercy Theater on the 17th of October. So next month, few tickets left for that. And then in Berlin at the Passionskirche, where they opened up some tickets. There's tickets left for that, but they're going fast too. The date of the Atlanta show is the 28th. What's the date today? Honestly, I'm not sure here. It's a 16th. So what is that? In 12 days? Is that right? 12 days. So it's a week from
Thursday, right?
The 28th. It's the 28th. So it's a week from Thursday, a week from next Thursday. So it's 12 days away. Is that right? Yeah. So those 2 gigs left. Those are the last 2 gigs of this year. These may be the last 2 gigs I do. I don't have anything else planned. And this may be the last time Billionaire plays. We haven't played in 22 years, so it's Rick, next time I come to Italy, let me know. I do want to go to Italy to visit. I've only been to Italy one time. I hope that I hope to go there again sometime soon, maybe next year or something. I'd like to go to Sicily. That's where 3 of my grandparents came from. But I don't have any other shows booked. Rick, when you're in New York, you should do a video on the bitter end, talk about its history. I have a friend that could set that up. Cool. Last time I was in New York, I think I went. No, I didn't go to the bitter end the last time. 2 times ago, I went to see some friends play at the bitter end, but I used to play at the bitter end when I lived in New York. Okay, so anyways, real quick. So show on the 28th in Atlanta, Variety Playhouse. Tickets are in the description. Tickets are in the description for the Gramercy Theater in New York City, and also for the Passionskirche in Berlin on October. So that one's at Gramercy's on October 17th. That's on October 28th in Berlin. And then the Beato bundle's on sale. $99. You can get all 4 of the courses that I have. And that's how I support the channel. That's how I pay for all this stuff to do these interviews and everything, which are all demonetized pretty much. But that's okay. I don't care. I appreciate the super chats today and everything. This is really great. I was going to say one other thing and I forgot what it was going to be. I'll think of it. But you know what I was going to say? My channel, I have some shorts that are huge, that I have the most views on my channel in a 48-hour period than I've ever had, because some of these shorts that Tom's made, and they're from my top 10 videos and everything. I think people think that they're funny, and they're getting insane views and everything because Tom does some pretty creative, hilarious editing on them. Anyways, you guys are the best. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch up soon. All right, we'll see you guys. Take care.